Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's me, Skullroyal, back at it with another video. And here today, I'm bringing you guys who do I think is going to be the next LF Zenkai. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'm trying to grow. Leave a like, it helps the video out, and leave a comment down below who you guys think is the LF Zenkai. So yeah, obviously it should be this guy. There should be no way that any LF other than this guy should get an LF, and this guy is he should be the top LF that should get a Zenkai. Now, if he gets a Zenkai, who and what team does he help? Vegeta family. Vegeta family, they're missing a prominent good green unit. The only green units that are okay to run is Drip Trunks, which is the jacket trunks from sagas from the movie, from the BoJack movie, I should say. My apologies. And the transforming kid trunks from base to Super Saiyan. Those are the only two. And even still, like, especially in this meta where you see a bunch of mono purple teams, double endurance team, that trunks and that drip trunks just gets melted, dude. Like, there's no reason to run a green unit in Vegeta clan anyway, unless you're running a green unit like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in the leader slot. So yeah, anyways, but when he gets a Zenkai, all he needs to do really is obviously his stats. I only have him at red 4, so if I display maximum stats, you see his offensive stats is terrible. And I don't have all the titles, so if you include like all the titles, he'll have around like 245, 246 strike attack with 338, 339 blast attack. So his offensive stats is doo-doo pretty much, but his defensive stats is not too shabby. It's not great, nor good. It's okay, you know. So definitely his stats needs work, but his kit already has like a great baseline. Like, look at his main ability. This main ability is so good. Ultimate, Ki, and level 2 corridor speed. They could bump the level 2 corridor speed to 15 timer counts. Obviously they gotta add the heal, so it'll be like a 20 or 30% heal. But everything else, or I mean, you could also add damage inflicted or ultimate damage into this. But it already has a good baseline. Right here, 20% damage against Gaki cannot be cancelled. Not too shabby. You could bump it up to 30 or 40 if you want to, but not too shabby. But this right here, this is really good. 10% damage allies inflicted by allies tag Gaki or Vegeta clan for 10 timer counts. Really good, and that's when using a strike or a blast. So 10% there, and then he gains his own 50% damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. So actually, when him using a strike or a blast card, he actually getting 25% damage inflicted. So you keep using that strike or blast cards, he's just gonna ramp it up. But it's cool to think this as well, because you could look at Zenkai Super Vegeta as a good baseline on how they're gonna Zenkai this guy, because beforehand, Vegeta, he has a passive where he gains damage inflicted per the card that he gains, or should I say, he gains buffs effects depending on how many cards he draws. So if it's a strike attack, he gains strike damage. If it's a blast card, if it's a strike card, he gains strike damage. If it's a blast card, he gets blast damage, and so on and so forth. So we could look at Super Vegeta's kit, and we could pretty much literally copy and paste a lot of his uniques and just place it into Super Vegeta. Obviously he has to use a strike or a blast. So what you could do, right, if you use as a strike, right, you could actually strike cancel, and then you could just gain the effects right here. Anyway, they could buff the timer count as well to 15. But if, for example, if they do Zenkai him and if his offensive stats is crazy, then honestly you don't even have to increase the timer count. So let's look at his second unique. So applies the following effect. Every time another battle member, this is the word where he shortens his own sub, he shortens his own sub count by 1. When he covers, No, wait. So, I forgot. This is one of the few units that if he's in the bench and your units and your point character or your character that's on the battlefield, I should say, is getting hit, he's actually gaining just next damage sustain by 40%. That's really good. I wish it was like permanent though. I wish it was like cannot be canceled. It can activate. Yeah, I would say it should be cannot be canceled. So, and then he gains attribute upgrades minus 3%. Enemy sustain cut effects cannot be canceled, which is not too shabby. So usually sustain damage cut effects, anything like reduces that, they usually have it out in their ults or their main abilities. So it's kind of cool that he has it in a unique ability. And then I believe his blue card is a major. I think it's gonna be changed to massive because you know how LFs are, and they're probably gonna increase this to 20. His green card, really good actually. Restores own health by 15% and also plus 20% to the next special move or ultimate damage. They might increase this to 25. He might gain 20 key or something like that. So, and then massive 30%, and then inflicts all enemies with no switching. That's right, he does have a no switching effect in his blue card. So that's really good. So, and it's like once you pop the ultimates, they can't even cover anything. Whoever you're gonna hit the ultimate, they're just gonna die. So that's you know, that's Vegeta right there. But I think overall, like I stated before, he has a nice solid baseline on how to Zenkai him, and really all you need to do is just give him more damage inflicted buffs, card draw speed on a unique. Maybe they'll do like Super Vegeta, where when he comes into the battlefield, he gains level 1 card draw speed by 15 timer counts. They could do something like that. They can also do something, same thing with Super Vegeta. When he comes in, he draws a card, because abilities like that, it's really strong. As well as when he enters the battle, you give him key, like I stated, give him more damage. They're probably gonna have like a reduced damage received, like when he comes into the battle. Probably like a 15 or 20 or even 25 reduced damage received, so it could combo off with his second unique with the reduced next damage sustained by 40. So that'll be awesome to see. And obviously, like I stated, with his stats, buff his stats. That's really the main issue. Buff his stats. So what about the others? Yo, Editor Skull here. So I totally forgot about LF Majin Vegeta, so let me talk about him real quick. I don't think he's gonna get the Zenkai right after LF Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, only because one, they just released Sword of Hope Trunks, and he is the newest, most prominent blue unit for Vegeta clan. So I think if they were to Zenkai Majin Vegeta, I know Trunks and Vegeta, they kind of do different things but also similar things in terms of like damage wise, especially with Majin Vegeta. When he transforms, his stats is ridiculous. So I don't think the Legends team will want to replace Sword of Hope Trunks this early. I think for Majin Vegeta, I think his time slot will be around next year, where the same week where First Form Frieza got his Zenkai. I think that's where they're gonna implement Majin Vegeta. So if anything, I think it's gonna be LF Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and then UI Goku, and then it'll be Majin Vegeta. So yeah, back to the video. Vegeta Blue, he just needs a platinum equipment. Same thing with UI Goku. I feel like both of them needs a platinum equipment. But let's check out UI stats. So UI stats at 14 stars, right? It's crazy that he's a ranged type unit, but then his strike attack is higher than his blast attack. So his strike attack is not too shabby, actually. 270, I think that's actually pretty solid. And then blast attack is around there. So let's say, for example, he gets a Zenkai. You probably might hit the 285, 286 range, and then for his blast attack, it'll probably be 280, 282-ish around there. It's just right now his defense is wet noodly. His defense is not good at all, man. But obviously, you know about the unique gauge that he has. Extremely good. His main ability, cancel attribute upgrades, which is really strong. if they were to Zenkai him, they'd probably add cancel enemy buff effects as well. So he just needs defense. That's all he needs, and that's why I feel like for these two, especially Vegeta Blue, I feel like they both need a platinum equipment to so whatever weaknesses that they had previously with the platinum equipment, they could fix it. So when you add Goku, they can add base health up to like 15 or 20%, and then double defense. So they can either give the pure defense, or they can have a high base defense for double defense for the platinum equipment. And then, like I stated, with VB, he just needs a platinum equipment. He's giving more damage inflicting things, but overall, I think because of his kit, he doesn't need a Zenkai. He just needs a platinum equipment. And then for Super Saiyan 4, people could argue like, oh, he needs a Zenkai, but I think people are sleeping on LF Super Saiyan 4. Not to say that he's amazing or anything. He's just very solid at the moment. But it's the fact that because it is LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku, his name is always going to get slandered because of how they release him and how mid of a unit, not even mid, how below average of a unit Goku was pre-platinum equipment. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on the video and who you guys think is the next LF Zenkai. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to say the Vegeta. I think that's the obvious choice, and plus he is the final LF from the 2019 year, where he's pretty much the last LF that needs to get a Zenkai from that year. So yeah, other than that, if you're new to the channel, subscribe like I stated in the intro, leave a like, and yeah, my name is Skullroyal. You guys have a good one. Peace, and stay safe and hydrated.